Working on our 8th container movement of the day. This was also our first container movement of the day. We started work today at 5:30. We came to work at 5:30. We picked up this full 40-foot container which was full of pasta product. Took it down to the big grocery store distribution warehouse. On dock 33, and now we went back and picked it back up. It's empty, and we're bringing it down here to strip pile 3, stack 14, which is right in front of us here. So we don't want to move up any further than 14. For the loader to come to us. 45 feet in front of us, so he's going somewhere else. Yeah, so we dropped this off in the morning, ran next door to the commodity distributor and picked up an empty from them, and then brought that back here to the shipping terminal, which it took like an hour and a half of the rush hour traffic this morning. It was pretty bad. At which point we picked up my favorite run, a full 40-foot container full of product going over to the Conway Marine Corps base. And so we took that over there. Picked up a second cup of coffee. Dropped off the full, we picked up an empty and brought the empty back here to the shipping terminal. At that point we bobtailed back to our terminal to pick up a load of beef jerky, headed out to a distribution warehouse out in the Mililani Tech Park, and we actually stood by and offloaded that, which was really quick, and then we brought the empty back here to the shipping terminal, at which point we picked up a full going back to the commodity distributor that we picked up the empty from this morning, dropped off the full on dock 2, I think it was, and then ran next door to the grocery store distribution warehouse, picked up this empty. Monday ship has left. They were here up until 12 o'clock. So there shouldn't be much going on at all on the waterfront now. almost 2 o'clock, so it's a good chance this might be the last run of the day, but you never know. Be way too long, and then if they don't put it into a pothole, it's going to end with the chassis way too high. Sure exactly. The person on the other end is having a hard time communicating what their needs are. I get the feeling that they want to load something into the container, but the container's not in the right location to load it into the container. So when I get there, I got to move the container, they're going to load it, and I'm going to bring it back to our terminal. At least that's what it sounded like. So then they gave me a number, said, go ahead and give them a call. Maybe you can the place we're going, it's a freight forwarding company just like us, and they're located in what used to be a bakery. When I was a garbage man, we used to pick up their garbage all the time. And that got me thinking about the good old days of being a garbage man, because my wife was talking about the differences between freight and when I was a garbage man. And she says, how often did somebody like provide you with lunch or give you lunch or, you know, treats while you were working as a garbage man? I told her that happened just about every single day. If you give good service as a garbage man, your customers take care of you. And this bakery, they had a mess every time I would go there. You know, guys would come back from the routes and they throw stuff into the garbage can, and one garbage can would be too full. which is the swap meet on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sundays. It's raining, but it is like super hot outside. It's 88 degrees and raining. It means it's muggy. Hopefully it starts to cool off now that we made our way past 3 o'clock. Making our way back to our terminal. Terminal. They're probably going to fill it up with more documents. And dispatch says we can go ahead and shut it down. So while I was over at when we picked up this empty from, the warehouse guy came out and he wants to be a truck driver. You can only be warehouse for so long, and eventually, to me, you move up to being a truck driver. When he was looking at I would like to fit in that stall, but I don't know if I can fit between those mirrors. This looks a little too tight. Yeah. So what we're going to do is move this trailer out so I can park it. So anyway, let me just show you real quick. He was asking how the fifth wheel works. How does it lock up? So if you've never seen this, the fifth wheel is connecting to the kingpin. This is the kingpin. And see how the kingpin is like wide, narrow, and then wide? Okay. There's a bar that slides back and forth that's going to slide in that slot. And this piece down here is going to trigger what you would call the trigger. It's like it's going to hit the trigger, which causes the bar to slide across. But it's going to slide across on this side and lock the kingpin into the fifth wheel. Let me pull forward. And I'll show you that without actually hooking up to a trailer. You can actually trigger the locking mechanism. But you got to be careful because it's pretty strong. See the slot that the bar is going to come out of. It will slide across this direction. And this thing right here, that's the trigger. This piece here gets hit by this piece here. So when that little piece hits that, watch what happens. It slides in, it hits the trigger. Pin would be locked in there, and then when you pull on this, it opens it back up. That bar is actually made of two pieces so that it wedges itself tightly up against the see how that happened. So there's a piece coming this way, a piece coming this way. And then when you want to reset it, you just pull on this. It resets. That's how it works. Well, right now I'm going to move that trailer out of the way so we can park some tractors over on this side. Their truck, they can always use it. I'm not really worried about having other people drive my truck. This is a truck the company's been trying to get rid of for years. Not because it doesn't run well, it runs very well, because of its age. It's, you know, a 24-year-old truck. Insurance companies don't like seeing that on your books. But my feeling is, if you're going to get rid of trucks, get rid of the trucks that aren't running, you know? Don't get rid of the trucks that are running. Anyway, we had a great day. It was I'm tired, and I finally figured out why. We came in at 5:30. It's almost 4. We did 9 container movements, and we drove 207 miles. That's a lot of miles. Again, average miles, if you're doing average work, is 60 to 80 miles. So that's why I'm tired. Gonna head on home. There's tons of leftovers in the fridge, and I have some leftover tofu. It's like a half a block of tofu, so I'm gonna stir fry that with a bunch of leftovers, and that's what's for dinner. We made the rice and the salad last night, so we don't have to cook a lot. Had mahi fillets. I don't know, this mahi must be coming from a different place than it used to with Costco, because it is a lot better than the old mahi we used to have. It just tastes a whole lot fresher. It's real flaky. It's really excellent. So we're definitely gonna buy more of that. That is it. Oh, he's doing the same thing. Yeah. Stir fry. We'll be back here on Thursday. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Aloha.